team, there's 2 points gone begging there today, because they've turned up against a Stoke team that weren't really at it. And I think when Arsene Wenger gets his players in the dressing room, he'll be saying, listen, we need to have more in the final third, because we should be beating teams like that.
Let's pick apart the major talking points and then draw a conclusion or two, Peter. We'll start off with a penalty shout, starting off with one that Arsenal had fairly early on in the piece, and we'll come to Stokes a little bit later on. We looked at this one at half-time, and you'd need a lot of replays, wouldn't you?
Podolski gets there, and we thought he got it with
Wilkinson.
his head. Wilkinson, but no, it's clearly a handball. Andy Wilkinson, and a little bit unlucky, the Arsenal there.
Right, Stokes shout here, Andy.
Yeah, this was the pennant one, wasn't it, with Gibbs on the far side. It's a clumsy sort of shove, really, in the back, but not enough to perhaps convince, certainly Lee Mason nor me, to be honest, that he's absolutely been impeded blatantly there. There's a little nudge just there, just in the middle of his back, and he goes straight down, but referee not having it.
OK, well, we were talking about Santi Cazorla, we were talking about Podolski, but it was Giroud, particularly as the game wore on, who we started to look at. Now, when you look at a striker who hasn't scored and the team hasn't scored, it tends to be coloured with a bit of negativity.
I think that's a really good chance in terms of a couple of yards in the box, pulled off really well. You just got it's all about technique and getting a good connection on the ball, and he doesn't get it. Dare I say, if Van Persie was in that position, he'd have been in the back of the net. But the Arsenal had all possession. I don't think that's a great touch, but here again, Arteta, he should be hitting the target from there. You know, you're just about 18, 20 yards out. You've got to put your foot through the ball and hit the target. That's really poor.
So now we'll have a look at one more that turned into a chance somehow. Again, not entirely convincing. Yeah. This is the one that infuriated Wenger.
Well, because watch Aaron Ramsey, middle of the picture. Could Giroud have given it to him? Could he have maybe engineered something to him? It's close, and and of course lots of people on the edge of their seats. He feels it's very, very close, but you know, in this sort of game, that sort of situation, I'd like to see him wrap his foot around that and give it to Ramsey, who's got a better opportunity to score.
Early days yet. What have you made of the fellow who came on and blazed a chance wide last weekend and has been given the benefit of a full game today?
I think it takes time to bed down. I remember when Dennis Bergkamp come and Perez, and it took them time. But on the showing, he's got to certainly improve. I was really disappointed in the Arsenal, especially second half. Stoke stepped it up a bit and shut them down, but he didn't have the quality to play through them, and I thought it was disappointing.
Every minute that passes without goals, Van Persie's name will be mentioned. Where are the goals going to come from?
Just
I mean, midfield, Arteta, Cazorla, they should contribute, shouldn't they, if the strikers don't?
They're going to have to. They're going to have to. I mean, Arteta's shot there was incredible, desperate shot when Giroud puts him in. For the centre-forward, you've got to give him a bit of time, but he'll need a goal. You know, Theo Walcott and Oxlade-Chamberlain, if they figure more, are going to have to chip in. Arsenal are going to be one of them teams this season, John, where, you know, you're not just looking at your man up the middle. You've got to be looking all round the team for others. Walcott should be looking double figures now, and they've all got to chip in if they're going to have a strong season.
In his pre-match comments to the media, Arsene Wenger was concerned about the length of the grass, and obviously everyone's going to jump on any critical comments he makes post-match. There was one Wilkinson challenge that perhaps he will draw the media's attention to. Was there much about the game that, you know, suggested it was tetchy in any way?
I don't think so. It's always difficult going to Britannia. Stoke are physical. Well, as physical as you can be these days. I don't think it. But they are physical. They're hard to play against. They're well organised. They're disciplined. And like I said, Tony at half-time has said, shut them down, get in the faces, and they did. And to be perfectly honest, the Arsenal weren't good enough to break Stoke down.
No. So, Stoke far the happier of the two?
I think Tony Pulis today is actually the happier. I do. I think he'll realise that his team never really played that well, but they didn't get beat by a team that is supposedly supposed to be in the top four and pushing for honours. I think it's an opportunity missed for Arsenal today. You rarely go to the Britannia and find Stoke as feeble in attack as they were today. And I think that Arsene Wenger will look at that one and think, if we had a little bit more. If I hadn't sold the fella a few weeks ago, he might have won me the game today.
You know, the American Jeff Cameron must be absolutely delighted that he's crossed the pond, because he's come across here, he's got his work permit sorted out, he's gone straight into the starting lineup for the first home game of the season against Arsenal. Got a bit of the ball, took a few throw-ins and was named man of the match. Here he is talking to Simon Crabtree.
Welcome to England. What did you make of your Premier League debut?
It was good. It was a tough day out, you know, obviously playing against one of the top teams. You know, they keep the ball pretty well, you know, but we held our shape defensively, and I thought we put a great effort in tonight.
How important was it to be as good as you were at the back today?
Yeah, you know, just making sure that we're limiting their opportunities. You know, they got some quality players, and you know, if you shut them down early and frustrate them, I think you know, they struggled throughout the game. But I mean, it was all around great effort, and you know, defended well.
Was that the game plan today, to sort of shut them down and then see what you could maybe scrap at the other end?
Yeah, I mean, keep our team compact. You know, squeeze in. You know, they like to play down the middle, so if you squeeze in, limit the space. You know, they'll have to go outside. But I thought we did that, and we had some opportunities, you know, on the counter-attack. You know, unfortunately, we didn't finish them.
And how are you, considering you've racked up some air miles in the last couple of days? You're looking quite fresh.
Yeah, you know, try to travel back and forth between the States and then the national team and whatnot. So I've done a lot of miles, but, you know, I'm happy to be here, and, you know, it was a great first experience in the Prem.
Well done today. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks. Thanks, Dad.
Well, there he is, articulate and player.